Hello, hello. Here we are again. Let's see if you can see that. Yes. Hi, how are you doing all? Arjan again. So, just figured that, well, I said before, I will do some more videos, right? So, here we are again. And today I was just thinking, because a lot of people has asked me about the book. For people who haven't known yet, I wrote a chapter in this great book with some great co-authors as well, called Limitless Success with Arjen Scholten. And my story is about time, the magic of time, right? And it's funny, it's funny if you think about time or like the instrument time and how what it can mean for you and how does it work. So in a couple of videos earlier, what we did is, or what I did, I explained about how to come to your passion, right? So let's say if you have some skills and you want to do something with it, with something you really love. So we talked about PSV CRM, like a product, a service, a value, customer relationship, money, right? Management. And now let's relate it to time. Because when it comes to time, right, you think maybe, well, I don't know if I have the time, or I took a turn left or took to a right, or did schooling differently, or I'm in a different business right now, or I have a different job right now. All of that does not matter. Okay? What matters is what you feel, what you really want, and what comes from here. It's very important what comes from here because time will help you because during the time, the experience you have from time, it will give you what you need. So when you find the time to really feel what you need, then it comes from here and you will write it down and you will look at it and you will think about, okay, maybe it is time for me to either go another direction or to do something you really love or to really start over, which is fine. And that's my story as well. I wrote a story about I've done a couple of things in my life, and a couple of times in my life I thought it's over, I'm done, but it ain't. See, the great thing about life is you can always, get back and keep going. You can always, start over, redirect, and just, go at it again. So it's very important that you know that and that you have some trust in yourself. Trust in yourself that you can do anything you want, especially in nowadays, because now, of course, like we have all the luxuries of the age of the 20th century, right? Where we have this internet and we have social media, right? So there's so many things you can do, but you just need to start. You need to realize you need to start because sometimes, like I did, like my story, when I thought about this, it took me a long time to realize I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, but somebody might have an opinion. Um, is it good enough? All those questions. And it's all about yourself. It's all about life as well. And in the end of time, in the end of days, it does not matter. Everything will pass, right? Life's past. So doing is more important than always perfection. A lot of people strive for perfection, but it's the doing and doing oftenly, like consistency, and then your skills will, grow, and you will get better in things, and might sometimes even be perfect, and sometimes not, and that's fine too. But just remember to focus on what you want. How do you feel? And then realize, okay, it's maybe time for you to, sit down with yourself and just write a couple words, right? Just a couple words. Okay, how do I feel? And then really be honest. Have you ever done that? Have you ever took a paper or took I don't know, like a diary or journal or anything, look it up and really be honest with yourself. How do I feel? And then take any subject with it, or any your relationship, your work, your balance, your health, anything. Write that down. And what thoughts comes to mind when you do so, right? And then a lot of things will happen, and that's great. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, life goes by, right? And when they're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years, then they start to think. Then they start looking back. But it's not like looking at the front or looking back. It's that life is all the time. And the funny thing about time is there is time enough. There is time enough as long as you realize that you can use time like an instrument. Like you might overestimate what you can do in a year, but hey, in 3, 5, 6 years time, well, you could have a completely different life, a different lifestyle, different skills. It's all up to you. So don't be afraid. Realize that time can work in your advantage. Okay? So if you have some thoughts about this, or you some questions what you can do, well, you know, just you can always send me a message, and maybe I can see if we can come up with something, because there's sometimes you have to start get the thinking process going, right? It's not like you need to realize that for good thoughts you need to be in that space, like getting creative, right? So it's not like Netflix, click on, bomb, and no, it's you need to be there, and you need to be with your real self, and you need to come from within. And when things come from within, you will find what you're looking for. You will feel the truth. As long as you're honest with yourself and you're really to address what you feel, that's fine. And that will work for you. And then you will still find there's way many things you can do in life. So many things. And it's never too late. Because you might have heard the phrase age is just a number. Well, in many times it's like that. Like age is just a number, right? Because yeah, anything can happen and anything is possible. But you need to act. So you need to realize that even if you have done no school, or you did school, or you have been working or not been working, it's time to step up. And this time now we have like this century going on. It's a great way to just go anywhere, go on either when you start on Google or YouTube or anywhere, or you already know some people, follow some people. There's a way things you can learn quick. And if there are things on there which you like, then you can use that in your advantage. So you can leverage your time. Very important to leverage your time, because we're now living in a world of scalability. You see so much video going around now. So that's something what's happening, because this is the only way during COVID how we interact with each other and communicate. And that's fine too, if you understand it. Because it's still about message, traffic, right? And being humble, and what do you provide, or what service would you like to offer, or how do you engage? And that's fine. You as a person has many things to offer. There are many things you can do, right? So what I did with writing this book is, hopefully, what I wish for all people out there, all people are watching, all people I can reach, is that they realize your life is in your hands, and it's great there, and it's always you are in control. Even if you're not thinking you are not, you are. There's always a way to change, move in different direction. Very important. And that's what I really wanted. I really wanted you all guys to know that life is so great, and sometimes you have to experience, well, life is short or not short. And I can imagine it too, because if you read my story, you will notice that I died almost twice in my life when I was a bit younger. And okay, when I had that experience, of course, then I did thought that life was over, but it's not. At least I was lucky that I was still around. I survived. But I mean, life is just not over. Your thinking is very important. The way how you think about things, and it's okay if you made thoughts, um, things didn't work out. But as long as you're willing to work, as long as you're willing to stay committed to your goals, your dreams, your lifestyle, your mindset, what do you feed your mind on a daily basis? Okay? What works for thousands or millions of people doesn't mean that it will work for you. It doesn't even have to be you. And those are things I learned on a very late age. I was not always like I'm now. I mean, yeah, speaking, yeah, maybe you should speak your mind freely. I was scared lots of times. I'm still scared lots of times. But that doesn't mean that sometimes you do things anyway. Or I figured, well, maybe if I speak, and I found out a lot of people love the way I speak, and did, I could help some people, and I could stimulate people and inspire people. Done. There I had it. Inspiring people. That is something I'm get passionate about. That is something why I get out of bed every day. It's not just live your life and go to bed and it's over. No. What do you do on a daily basis that you can inspire one, even if it's just one person? You have so many talks nowadays, all the time, you're talking to people all the time, either on the phone, either on email. But isn't it great that you get some feedback from people? Hey, wow, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for just being there. Or thank you for just being you. How great is that? What would that do if you hear that like day in, day out, day in, day out? Can you imagine what it will do for you? How do you feel? Your confidence, your trust. You look at other things, right? And that's what is important. So again, this was just a short video, just a little bit explanation about the story I wrote, the chapter I wrote. Again, if you haven't bought it, please do. It will help you. There's some great stories in here, but this book will definitely help you and realize it's time to step up. It's time to raise your game. It's time to be very active. It's time to live your life the way you want to, like live your best life ever. And there's always time. So I haven't said that. I see you in the next one. Take you care and speak to you soon. Bye bye.